Well, hey guys, I thought I would do a quick run through of some of my global settings and just how I have my Helix Stadium set up. I don't know everything there is to know about this. In fact, I'm learning something brand new every day, such as all of my user presets that I've saved or that I've put in here are in the user preset listing. And so interestingly enough, they're in there in the order in which I saved them or dragged them in. So all of these came over from my original Helix. I had them saved on my laptop and then I dumped them onto the user presets in here. And like I said, they're in here in the order in which I saved them. So they're not in alphabetical order. You can rearrange them now that they're in here, but I just thought that was kind of interesting that that's how they came in. I made my own playlists, or set lists, because I like to have my song bank of like all the songs we do A through Z in here. But all of these are actually references to the file that's already in user presets. So anything in a set list, if I'm in this and I change something in there, it is changing the reference in user presets. So just be advised that if you want a separate or independent copy, you would have to like save it as a new song or as a new preset. So yeah, there are some things I'm not 100% sure on. So I do run XLR out at church, and I actually just run out mono. So I feel like my sweet spot is about -4, -5 decibels on the XLR out. I don't like to push our sound system super hard. I always ran my Helix with the volume knob at the M of volume, and I like it to be mic out, not line out, because otherwise my gain is too high through the sound system at church. So that's where I'm at on the volume knob. And then just as far as like my own workflow goes, I don't have any global EQ on. So I do have instrument in one pad. They said that like it actually should be as like off/instrument in. To me it sounds the same whether it's on line or off instrument. So there's that. Leave the mic in phantom off until you plug in a mic. Then once it's plugged in, then turn the phantom power on. My quarter out, I have instrument out, XLR out, I have mic out. I prefer that, like I said. I didn't need the ground lift. I didn't notice anything weird there. I don't use effects loops or returns or sends. This one was the interesting one. So USB out 1/2, I have it set to Matrix XLR. And there's a particular reason for that. So when I have my setup at home and I'm practicing, I actually run my XLRs into another sound card. It's a Focusrite interface. And that's where I have my headphones plugged in because it sits on my desk and this is sitting on the floor. And so literally it's just for my headphones to reach. So I like my XLR out going through another sound interface. It sounds the most like church because it's going through another sound interface at church. But at the same time, I want to record on my laptop what is being played. And so that is going out of the USB. So to make sure it goes to both places, I had to change this to Matrix XLR. So it's going out XLR and the same thing is coming out USB. So that was an important guess and check that I found. And that's it for ins and outs. As far as the switches and pedals go, I did want to automatically assign effects to stomps. I don't create a lot of presets, but I was like, well, that'll save me a step. I like snapshots, and if I do want to change something on one of the stomp boxes or effects, so I've got snapshot/stomp A showing up here. Snapshot mode return is manual. Snapshot reselect is reload. Combo top row, I just want my snapshots 5 through 8 up there, and bottom row 1 through 4. So that's how my original Helix was set up, so that's what I'm used to. The up-down switches are set as presets. This setting was a little bit buggy for me, so when I changed it, sometimes it didn't show what it was supposed to. It didn't match what it showed there. So your mileage may vary on getting that set up if you're trying to switch that to something else. Swap up down is off. I just want up to be up. And then I do like my expression pedal per preset. Yeah, so in my songs when I'm playing, so I'm on All Creatures of Our God and King, when I'm playing, when I go to my next preset, no matter where my volume pedal is, I always save it to be off so that I don't make any unintentional noise. But then when I do press it, then it will actually switch to making sound. But wherever I'm at, I want it to be in that same spot when I switch snapshots. So that was the per preset piece, because I always pull the volume pedal off and save so that it's always at 0 no matter when I come to the preset, or no matter where that is. My position always comes back to 0 since it was saved that way. So that's how I like it when I'm playing live. When I brought in my presets from my Helix, I did have to take out and replace every one of my volume pedal blocks. For some reason, it came in super weird and it wouldn't save correctly. And so I had to remove the volume pedal block, put it back in, make sure I was using stereo, and then I had to make it relearn the controller of the foot pedal. And once I did that, then everything worked just like it had on my Helix. So that one was kind of, I don't know if that's a little bit of a bug on just my presets that I was bringing in, but I saw it happen to somebody else on the internet. So that's just something out there that you might run into. So that's pretty much everything that I think I do that's maybe unique or specific to me. Yeah, I don't do anything super crazy. So, I mean, you've got options on how bright you want your LEDs to be. So that's just personal preference. That's kind of how I like to use it. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody, but it's just one of those things where sometimes it's nice to see how or what other people are using and how they're applying it. So that is what things look like on my Helix Stadium.